Hello and welcome back to 90+1. I have extreme hay fever and my nose is blocked. This is David De Gea. I'm going to say things about him which are true. 1. David De Gea Quintana was born in 1990 in Madrid. 2. He has no brothers or sisters. 3. His mother worked as a housekeeper whilst his father was a goalkeeper who played for Getafe. 4. De Gea joined his first club Atletico Madrid at the age of 13. 5. Madrid were iffy over signing De Gea, so his coach lied to them and said that Rayo Vallecano had bid for him just to push them into a decision. It worked, and a few days later he signed for Atletico. 6. He signed his first professional contract with the club aged 17, contracting him until 2011. 7. In 2009 he was approached by QPR in regards to a loan move, but De Gea rejected it and was forced to train alone by Atletico's sporting director. 8. However, the first team coach noticed he was training alone and invited him to train with the first team, where he became third choice goalkeeper. 9. De Gea also rejected a permanent transfer to Wigan Athletic. Imagine that career path. 10. De Gea got his chance for the first team in 2009 at just 18 years old after Roberto was injured. He came on after 27 minutes and conceded 2 late goals to Porto in the Champions League. 11. His La Liga debut came 3 days later, and it didn't get much better as he gave away a penalty in the 19th minute. He did save it though, and they won 2-1, so not too bad. 12. As early as January 2010, he was touted as a replacement for Van der Sar at United. But, as what usually happens in football, he signed a new contract that month, as if that's ever stopped anyone moving ever. 13. De Gea finished the 09-10 season as number 1. Winning 2 man of the matches and was victorious in goal against Fulham in the Europa League final. 14. Alex Ferguson reportedly missed a League Cup tie against Scunthorpe to watch De Gea play. De Gea played down the rumours and pointed to his recent contract. 15. He had an absolute worldie in the Madrid derby, which led to Casillas and Spain manager Del Bosque admitting he was the future of the Spanish national team. 16. In the summer of 2011, Alex Ferguson claimed a deal had been done to bring De Gea to Old Trafford. De Gea said he wouldn't consider his future until after the European Under-21 Championship. As soon as Spain won the tournament, he moved to Manchester. 17. The £17.8 million fee involved was at the time a British record for a goalkeeper. 18. Growing up, De Gea had admired ex-United and City goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel. 19. De Gea had a wobbly debut in the Community Shield against City. He could have done better for both of the City goals, but United still managed to come back because that's just what we do at City. It's in our DNA to be difficult and slightly disappointing. 20. De Gea also received criticism in the next game after failing to save a shot from eternal goal machine Shane Long. Ferguson defended his player and said it was a learning process. 21. De Gea then came into some cracking form, with players and teammates coming out to praise him. After a solid game against Liverpool, Kenny Dalglish joked, "I thought the press said the boy was struggling." 22. However, October came possibly the darkest day in his career so far, as the glorious and wonderful Manchester City rocked up, fueled by pure Arab oil money and a post-house firework Balotelli, and hammered United 6-1, the first time United had conceded 6 at home since 1930. 23. The result is still the worst of his career so far, and he got blamed for the next defeat to Blackburn Rovers before being dropped for Anders Lindegaard. 24. He returned to the starting 11 in February and made an impressive last-minute save from Juan Mata to salvage a point. He then went on to keep 8 clean sheets in the next 19 games. 25. De Gea admitted years later that he considered leaving after his first season in England, but decided to stay and persevere. 26. De Gea's good form continued into the next season before making an error allowing Tottenham to equalise in the last minute. He was criticised by former United player Gary Neville before Ferguson responded by calling De Gea's critics idiots. Awkward, isn't it? It's awkward, you two, because you used to be friends and now you're still friends, but at this point it seemed awkward. 27. His critics were clearly wrong, as De Gea was voted in the PFA Premier League Team of the Year. 28. He also ended the season with his first and so far only Premier League medal. 29. Despite a few absolute clangers, notably an absolute howler against Sunderland, he still had a good 2013-14 season. He was voted both Players Player of the Year and Fans Player of the Year. 30. In the 2014-15 season, he became the first goalkeeper to save a penalty from Leighton Baines, who had scored on all 14 previous attempts. 31. Speculation over the summer linked him with a move back to Madrid, but this time to his old rivals Real Madrid. Eternally sour Louis van Gaal left him out of the team for their opening match due to the uncertainty over his future. Van Gaal soon revealed that De Gea had been asked to be left out of the team. 32. An agreement was reached with Los Blancos worth £29 million, including Keylor Navas going the opposite way. However, due to an apparent dodgy fax machine, the deal wasn't completed until 2 minutes after the deadline, which isn't how a deadline works, so the transfer just didn't happen. 33. This left De Gea in an awkward position. Left out the team, his contract was up in the summer, does he not play at all and move on a free? Would he be welcomed back into the first team? His answer was, obviously, to sign a 4-year contract 11 days later. 34. It worked out well for United, as at the end of the season, he became the first player ever to win United's Player of the Year for a third consecutive year. 35. He was denied sharing his first ever Premier League Golden Glove award on the last day of the season when Chris Smalling scored an own goal in injury time. 36. His 2016-17 was a successful one, as he had added a Community Shield, League Cup and his second Europa League trophy to his collection. 37. In December 2017 against Arsenal, De Gea equalled the record for most saves in a game with 14. 38. Over the course of the 17-18 season, he has been a literal saviour for Mourinho and his leaky defence. De Gea has made 4 saves per goal, the highest in the league. 39. As of writing, he's made 235 Premier League appearances for United and kept 92 clean sheets. 40. According to the Premier League, he has committed 6 errors leading to a goal so far. 41. He has scored 1 own goal in the league so far after a cruel double deflection off his leg and arm. 42. He's only been shown 3 yellow cards in 235 Premier League appearances. 43. He was voted in the PFA Team of the Year for the 5th time in 2018. 44. De Gea has won 3 European Championships at youth level, but missed out on Spain's dominant international run. 45. He made his international debut only 4 years ago against El Salvador, at the age of 23. 46. De Gea went to the 2014 World Cup, but was the only player in the squad not to play a minute as Spain went out in the group stage. 47. He finally became first choice at Euro 2016, keeping 2 clean sheets before being eliminated in the round of 16. 48. De Gea earns 200 grand a week. 49. With his contract up in the summer of 2019, there is speculation he wants 350 grand a week to bring him closer to Pogba and Sanchez's level. 50. Poll time! Should De Gea leave Manchester for Madrid in the summer, or should he stay put at United and probably never win the Champions League? 51. In the summer of 2017, Mourinho revealed he offered De Gea the option to leave if that's what he really wanted, but no offer came in for him. 52. During his time at Atletico, he shared his locker with Kleber Santana, who died in a plane crash carrying the Chapecoense team in 2016. 53. He was also best mates with Kun Aguero. Here's a lovely photo of them together. 54. He is also good friends with Joel Robles after they trained together at Atleti. 55. He won Match of the Day Save of the Season 4 years in a row from 2012 until 2016, and again in 2018. 56. In 2011, David De Gea was caught eating a Krispy Kreme donut in Tesco without paying for it. He literally wolfed down the donut and just walked out. Didn't even try to cover his edible shoplifting by buying something else. Amateur. 57. David De Gea is actually far-sighted. 58. To combat everything being blurry when it's too close to him, he wears contact lenses to play. 59. De Gea is what can only be described as a dirty little emo, as he is a fan of bands such as Slipknot and Avenged Sevenfold. Don't worry mate, I was too. I just hit 16 and decided I prefer the soothing tones of Destiny's Child. You right? Would you like a drink, Beyonce? I won't cheat on you like Jay-Z did. 60. He is currently dating Eden, a Spanish singer who represented Spain in the Eurovision Song Contest back in 2015. 61. She inadvertently admitted he was moving to Madrid in an interview before the move fell through. She also upset United fans when she said that Manchester was uglier than the back of a fridge. 62. De Gea was a striker in his youth and was top scorer in his school days. 63. His highest ever card in FIFA 18 is rated 97. 64. That's a far cry from his first ever card rated 78 back in FIFA 11. 65. De Gea has almost always had a mohawk, which has almost always looked like utter shit. 66. His biggest wins were 2 8-0s over Liechtenstein, both exactly a year after each other. 67. Before being United's number 1, he opted for the supposedly unlucky number 13. 68. He's actually managed 2 assists in his career so far. 69. His most common teammate is Mr. Antonio Valencia. 70. He's faced world-class players Mesut Ozil and Jordan Henderson more than anyone else. 71. His face lights up every time he sees Benteke leading the line, as he's never lost against a big lump of in the 11 games. 72. He won't like seeing Sergio Ramos or Cristiano Ronaldo though, who he has never been able to beat in 8 games. 73. He's conceded the most goals to Manchester City. Well, hey, boys, boys, boys. Yeah, boy. Yeah. 74. If you love that fact, then you'll love this one too, as arch-rival City have beaten him the most times out of any team. 75. He's beaten Liverpool, Swansea and Palace all 9 times each, although he's never lost to Palace. 76. He's played Liverpool a whopping 19 times, keeping 6 clean sheets and winning 4 more than he's lost. 77. He's saved 11 penalties and let in 30 so far in his career. 78. Arguably his best record under a manager is Jose Mourinho, keeping 36 clean sheets in 85 games under the Portuguese. 79. He is yet to play every single game of a Premier League season, but looks set to do it this year. 80. He's recently been called the best goalkeeper in the world right now. So I want you lot to vote in the poll, who's the best keeper in the world? De Gea, Ter Stegen or Manuel Neuer? Comment below if you think it's anyone else. 81. He doesn't like to shout. In an interview with Thierry Henry, De Gea admitted that he prefers not to shout at his defenders and prefers to discuss any mistakes in the dressing room after the match. 82. He has described his position as keeper as the first attacker, explaining why he thinks it's so important for a stopper to be good with his feet. 83. At first, coach Eric Steele criticised De Gea's attitude, complaining that the Spaniard was lazy when it came to learning English and ate too many tacos. 84. The Football Observatory have estimated his current market value at just €43 million. 85. De Gea drives a Chevrolet that came with the Manchester United sponsorship deal. 86. However, he opted for a white transit van to get to training the other day, and no one knows why. If you know why, comment below. 87. He has a really cute dog, a Chow Chow called Maxto. 88. When he was an academy player, his coach described De Gea as cold as a wolf and said that pressure that others feel doesn't affect him. 89. When he was training as a youngster, he was made to wear a blindfold to test his reflexes against close shots. 90. He's sponsored by Adidas and wears Adidas X 17.1 boots. 91. He also wears Adidas Predator gloves. Good God, I was struggling for a few facts there. It turns out he's really not that interesting of a bloke. And that was it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and if we reach 2 million likes, I'll personally negotiate peace between the two Koreas. Until next time, have a mad one.